Have you seen Atiku Abubakar's policy document? You have not. Locate it and read it. It is 186 pages long, but it is an interesting read. But if you don't want to read it, all it is important that you do, go straight to page 117. You will see his policy on education. Go straight to page 118 under what we will do. His plan is that by 2024, there will be no federal universities, no federal polytechnics and college of education. There will be no federally owned or funded unity schools or technical colleges. I hope this will not boomerang, but that is what he has in mind to do for this country if elected. The section reads, by 2024, responsibility for funding and control of public primary schools shall be transferred to the local governments. Senior secondary and tertiary education provided through universities, polytechnics, monotechnics, and college of education will be under the jurisdiction of state government. The state government have not been able to take care of the ones that is under their control. We want to add more burden to them. That means we'll be going backward in a reverse gear, because if what they are currently managing is beyond them, imagine some states that have 3 or 2 federal institutions. They have polytechnic, they have university, and they have college of education. You want the state to take over. Okay, maybe there's another or a plan to make sure that the state will fund this institution with revenue generated within. Or maybe there's another plan B to allow the state to pay a token to the federal government after annexing whatever resources that is within their jurisdiction. Under the proposed arrangement, the state government will assume responsibility for all the federal unity schools and Federal Ministry of Education owned and funded universities, polytechnics, technical colleges, and the colleges of education located in their respective areas. Why? Well, according to Atiku, the states will do better than the federal government in managing them. What is the statistics? What yardstick did he use in getting to this conclusion? When we all know what is happening around now, even some states with just one state university, they are finding it difficult to maintain. They are finding it difficult to pay salaries as at when due. They are finding it difficult to fund those universities or polytechnics. You are not saying you want to add responsibility to them because the federal institution are located in each of these states. Well, how any Nigerian of whatever social and economic stratum will think, say, or assume that beats all stretches of my imagination. Even if we assume the state governments have the resources, which they don't, to do better in our heads, what states influence this thinking? I cannot imagine it. That somebody will come up with this kind of idea in this century, that the states should fund or manage these institutions. Haba. That means delinquent states like Abia, Benue, Zamfara, Taraba, Imo, Kogi, Taraba, and many others, you can add yours, that cannot handle small institutions, have children sitting on floors, no classrooms, no supplies, no equipment, that do not even pay workers' salary, will all of a sudden have more of same dump on them. Haba. How can we be thinking like this? Who are the people behind this document for Atiku? This, for me, is a journey to failure, because you should just look around. The primary schools alone, how well have they managed them? Not to talk of secondary, we are not bringing the responsibility of higher institutions to these states that run in hectare-skelter. Some cannot manage one. We have an incident where 2 states could not manage one university. They were dilly-dallying, owing them salaries, no equipment, nothing. And you want to bring... This is also what happens when you are cut off from the realities of the people you are ruling or want to rule. And when you spend the last decade 90% out of the country, you won't know what is happening. You always come up with anti-people policies. The schools under the state government are dead, sure, very dead. The federal institutions are barely able to survive. Why don't they just say we intend to privatize all the schools? Just force parents that can barely afford to send their kids to the private university to do so. Education management expert, please educate me on this. For someone who owns one of the best universities in Nigeria to come up with this crap says a lot about his senator's motives. He wants to peel off all these institutions and thereby buy them off the state with his cronies. Or what is this plan to come up with this kind of idea if elected as president of this country? I am sure that people within their mind now will be thinking, no, this kind of person, if we take this step in our education sector, then the country is doomed. This country will not be doomed. We want people with creative ideas. We want people that will take us to the promised land. We want people that will look at things holistically, not people that will come up with their own sinister ideas just to favor their cronies or just to do things that at the end of the day will not benefit the majority of the people of this country. Well, what is your opinion about this? Kindly make it known as you subscribe to my page. Thank you, good day, and God bless.